Here, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in. This is a major news development in the case of Cardi B versus Tasha K. You can't find this on PACER. It just came down. Just hit my desk literally 5 minutes ago. So I want you guys to pay close attention to what I'm about to read, a major order that just was signed by the judge. How's my sound? Okay, so many of you know that there's been back and forth motions that have been filed in the defamation case that Cardi won back in January. There have been, I would just call it stall tactics. There's been delays. There's been varying motions being filed. But today, Judge William Ray II made his decision. I'm going to read the motion. I'm going to read the judges. It's not a motion anymore. It's an order. I'm going to read that in 1 second. And I want to give two people an opportunity to tune in here. I'm waiting for one person to tune in because I don't think she even know yet. She's probably asleep. Let me just see if she's awake. I'm just going to text her. She had a big birthday party. This may be another celebratory moment for her. Here we go, guys. Let me tweet this out real quick, and then let's get down to some business. If Judge Ray is retired, he sure came back for this one. So the last motion was read by Michelle Brown from Straight from the A. She read the motion in great detail. She read the motion. She talked about the plaintiff's motion. She also talked about the defendant's motion in response to the plaintiff's motion to put a stay on the execution against Tasha K's assets. So today, the judge made his ruling. It wasn't a multi-page ruling. It was a very specific ruling. The judge has decided that enough is enough. Tasha K must put up the total judgment in order for the execution to stay. So she must put up $3.8 million immediately, or the seizures of her assets start. And I'm going to read this order right now. No one else has his order because it's not even on PACER. And don't ask me how I got the order. Just don't worry about that part. Okay, we're going to read the order real slow. Okay, we're going to open this window up here. Make sure you guys can't see my window because I got some interesting stuff here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to read it here. It reads, Plaintiffs Motion for a Supersedeas Bond, doc number 253, pursuant to Rule 62 of the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure, is hereby granted. That means the judge has granted Cardi B her motion to seize Tasha K's assets. When and if the defendant posts a bond in the amount of $3,863,753,753.47, which guarantees unconditionally to pay said amount in satisfaction of the judgment awarded by the court to the plaintiff. Then and in that event, the court also grants the defendant's motion to stay. So if she puts up the $3.8 million, the judge will grant her motion to stay the execution. If she doesn't put up the money, like right away, they're executing, seizing all her assets. Everywhere that they know where it may be. It goes further to say, otherwise, the defendant's motion to stay Doc 250 is denied. So the defendant's motion is denied. Further, the court notes that the defendants have asked for a hearing on issues as to whether there should be a bond at all, and if so, whether the amount of the bond should be less than the judgment issue in this case. The court is unaware of the rule upon which the defendants rely in arguing that they are entitled to a hearing. So the judge says, basically, he don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's basically what the judge said. So Judge Ray has a sense of humor too, by the way. The court grants the defendants the right to supplement their pleadings with authority as to why they are entitled to a hearing. And if in any event, to provide through their pleadings evidence which would justify bond in less than the full amount of the judgment. So basically, until you can provide some type of legal argument, we want all the money up front and we want it now. We want all the money put up front and we want it now. But if you can provide a legal argument to justify the reduction of the $3.8 million, then he may consider it. But right now, we want all the money up front and we want it now. This is major. And he also says, if such evidence is provided through supplementation of the pleadings, then the court would re-examine whether the amount of the bond as set herein should be modified. Signed and ordered by Judge William Ray II today, in less than an hour ago. So basically, he's telling Tasha K through her attorneys, the jig is up. The jig is up. The jig is up. No more shucking and jiving. No more filing frivolous motions. We want you to put up $3.8 million or we're seizing your assets. No more, can I appeal this? No, that can't happen. This is it. This is it. So what does that mean? That means that I guess they'll give her a day, maybe tomorrow. Someone needs to walk into the courthouse and put a check down for $3.8 million. And we will take this $3.8 million. Now, after we get this $3.8 million, if you can provide some legal argument to justify us giving you a little bit of that money back, okay. But meanwhile, you need to bring $3.8 million to the clerk's office. You got to bring something. No, not something. He said specific numbers. That's something. It's not, you can walk in here with $1.5 million. No. Then the question is, what happens if they don't have all the money? Can anyone in the chat tell me what can happen if she doesn't have all the money for the court? Anyone? Can anyone tell me? And I don't think Cardi knows this yet. I don't know if the attorneys have advised her what's the new development. She just celebrated her birthday. Her birthday was literally what? Last night? She had a birthday party 2 nights ago? Yes. Assets leak you is correct. Assets are seized. So I don't know about any Africa. I don't know about any London, but this is where it is. This is enough is enough. And the judge was, now it was a funny part in that order. This is a judge. This is a district judge saying, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, judge? You're a judge. You don't know the law? Yeah, I know the law, but I don't think you know the law. Okay, guys, this is serious, but this is serious, and we must take this serious. But Judge Ray, that line in the order was incredible. Well, listen. You must remember, this is very important. There had been always an opportunity throughout this whole process to take the videos down. There was an opportunity. There were several opportunities. There were several cease and desist, but she ignored it. And maybe she has a plan. But whatever that plan is, it has to happen quick. It has to happen quick. Because if assets were moved, because we saw the $1,083, well, guess what? Well, I don't know if I can say too much just yet. Someone said they can't seize in Florida. They can seize anywhere around the United States. It's a federal court judgment. You can seize in Florida. You can seize in New York. You can seize in Hawaii. You can seize around the United States of America. The plan ain't planning. Let's just hope the math is mathing. It's a federal case. You can seize assets in the United States. And I would say, let's think about something. Do you think it's a possibility that her team already knows what some of the assets are and they're not saying anything? Do you think that's a possibility? Just asking the question. So that's it. Shout out to Michelle Brown from Straight from the A for keeping you guys updated on the motions. But obviously, I had to come in for the final decision. You're not going to see this on Pacer. It might be there now, but I doubt it. You can check, but I have the order in front of me. It's not. I don't think it's accessible right now. But the fact of the matter is, it's time to show your hand. It's time to show your hand. And this may be the case with Alex Jones. He too may have to show his hand real soon. So when you guys see the story all over the place, all through the internet and all over the blog sites, remember where you heard it first at. That's all I say. Yes. That's all I say. Just remember where you hear it first at. And try Googling the story right now. You're not going to find it. There's something else I'm going to share with you guys later. Not just yet. I have a 24-hour embargo, so to speak. So, what do you think? And someone asked about Jamie Foxx real quick. Well, Cardi didn't know Jamie was outside the party. That was a security bumble. It's freaking Jamie Foxx. Listen, if I have a party and Jamie walks up with 10 people and I have 100 family members, well, 10 of my family members are gonna have to go home. Yes, yes. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Let me go ahead and read some of these questions here. Hold on. There's a lot coming in. Stand by. Someone asked, what if Tasha walks into court and tell the judge, well, Your Honor, I don't have it? What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen if Tasha K walks in the courtroom and tell the judge she doesn't have it? Well, she's going to be probably sworn in. She's going to be placed under oath. They're going to ask a series of questions. They're going to ask a series of questions. And they may know the answers to some of the questions. And then she says something that is untrue. And they prove this is untrue. They will lock her up. That's what happens. There have been people who have perjured themselves, especially at this part. Especially when she says she deposited $1 million in Africa. She's going to explain what did that mean. Because we heard in the court she was, she said in a testimony that she was lying to her fans. Those who covered the trial, those who was in the courtroom, heard her testimony. So if she walks in the court, because they're going to require her to come to court. Oh, you can't do this by Zoom. No, we want you in the court. It's a lot of money on the line. No different than the money that Amber Heard owes to Johnny Depp. No different than the $965 million that Alex Jones owes to the victims of Sandy Hook and an FBI agent. Just think about that. The owes to an FBI agent. Now, you think this FBI agent is not going to find the money? Think about it. So think about what lengths people will go to hide their money. No, Wendy, she was not in court today. This was a written order. Just literally, it wasn't even 2 hours the order came down. I don't know. These juries made these decisions. Now he's going to appeal. Obviously, there's a process, but I'm thinking they're going to require him to put a bond up as well. And Alex Jones' net worth is about $900 million. That's his net worth. Now, how much of a bond will he be required to put up? Maybe 500 million. Listen, I will say this. I've been in enough courtrooms and I see the questions. Maybe I'll post the questions here. Pat had a question. No, she made a statement. Hold on, Pat. Let me put you up here, Pat. Hope I hit the right one. Okay, no, not well, Queen. I see you, but I want to put Pat up. Doesn't matter if he filed for bankruptcy. You can't file bankruptcy on punitive damages. So, Pat, I was looking for Pat had a comment. Okay. I missed your other question, Pat. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. So Pat asks, "Do you think Tasha K has 800,000? That's what she announced on her live." Listen, just think about that question. If I owe people a lot of money and I announced I had 800, chances are I may have 4 times that much. I'm just saying, or 5 times that much. Come on now. She's in this situation for lying. So you believe you believe what she says on her live? She's in this situation for lying. That's right. I think we have some accountants in here. I think we have some lawyers in here because some of your comments are exactly right. Right. Right, Queen. Queen, he took a private jet to the trial and it's staying in the villa. And let me say this. How do you know he took a private jet? How do you know he stayed in the villa? Because they have private detectives following him. Do you think he's the only one being followed? If you have $3.8 million sitting out there, don't you think that her team would take precautionary measures and making sure you know what when she moving assets? That's a 101. That's 101. That's 101. I could just say that. I'm not saying too much more, but just know that if someone's owing me $4 million, we on the phone. We have a team on retainer. When you get on the flight, that passenger sitting behind you might not just be a passenger. Well, there's interest as well. There's interest as well. There's accruing that is accruing every day. There's no stay on interest. That's accruing. But if she puts the money up to the court, she can fight her case, wait for the appeals to take its course, and she could prevail in the appeal and get her money back. So this is just to put the money up so she doesn't run to Africa. So she can technically win the appeal, and the $3.8 million that she has to put up, she can get it back. But it stays in the court. So Cardi don't touch it. She doesn't touch it. It stays with the court. But it's up there ready to be dispersed to whomever. But this is to keep everyone honest. Well, I don't think they're going to take a passport. Because she might need to. Well, I don't know. I can't say certain things. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay, someone said this. I don't. Let me see these numbers. So Sweet One says she makes 75 a month just on her app with 5K subs at $15. That doesn't include her monthly YouTube check and other businesses. Interesting. Interesting. Hold on. Hold on, guys. That's interesting. So she makes that much money on the app. She's obviously getting checks from Google. She's getting advertising on all her videos. Proprietary ads are being taken on her videos. There are advertisers there that would obviously be subpoenaed and put under, subpoenaed and asked to provide their financial records as it relates to Kebe Studios and her and the ads that are being ran on the platforms. So some digging, a little digging. A little digging. Well, nice. She said, "I hope Cardi no longer plays nice." Remember that she actually had the court take, or right that I was there for the medical, right for medical. 250K for yeah, it went from 250K to $25,000. I was there. Guess what? It could have been even less. It could have been $0. If you recall, it could have been $0. Man, I don't know if a sub got her, who got her, but she just got to put the money up. That's all, and continue doing business and let that money sit in there. It's not going to accrue any interest once it's in the courts in the registry. It's not going to accrue any interest. It's just going to sit there. Listen, yo, Marsha, that is. I don't know. I don't know if Marsha, you so mean for that. You are so mean for that, Marsha. Well, someone and I see this. Someone says a YouTube channel is kind of dead. Her videos aren't even hitting 100K views these days. Well, because reason why they're not is because he's streamlined her subscribers to her app. Her app. But don't you think there may be anyway? But I mean, I don't know how often. Anyone knows how often she put content out on her app? How often does she put content out on her app? Let me ask you guys a question. Do you really think that making videos, slandering people, making up lies, is it really worth it at the end of the day? Is it worth it to say, "Oh, I got 500,000 subscribers, a million subscribers based on the foundation of telling lies"? Does it really make sense to do that? When there are many channels out there that make it honest, legitimately, that don't even have to make up lies to create content. There are a lot of creatives out there that are making good content. When you see people making videos constantly bashing other people, it's because they have no talent. And I'm not saying Tasha K don't have any talent, because she has to have a level of talent to be able to. I don't know if it's talent or the ability to lure people into. And I'm going to attribute to her luring people into some fake stories. A lot of them have been fake stories. A lot of them have been clickbait stories that have pulled people in, and once they're in, it was like a fetish for people. Mixing with the wine concept. The wine concept was a cool concept. I ain't gonna take that from her. That was a cool concept because I drink wine. And I think, it put people in a comfort zone. If you enumerate it, listening to some of these lies, they sound like truths. But then when you sober up and realize, hey, these lies, these truths aren't really truths, you know? So I get it. But she could have took the same business model and came up with a topic like love and dating. She's married, marriage, topics on relationships, bring a couple settings. Listen, I ain't giving you all my damn ideas. I get paid for this stuff. And that's and I think, I hear people say, and this is not from coming from a position of hate or anything like that. I'm just saying that she's talented, but just imagine, remove all the fictitious stories and then ask yourself a question. Did she really start the race? If you compare two people starting the race at the same time, did she really start the race fairly, or did she cheat along the way? You got to think about it. If you're in a race and you both get the same type of gear, you both have the same type of opportunity, would this be like a cheating scandal or a doping scandal? Did she do things that, like there are YouTubers out there that do it honestly? They don't get the numbers, but they're doing it honestly. And now I'm sure you get frustrated when you have to do these videos. It don't get you the numbers, but that's why you have to think outside the box and come up with something that makes sense, that you can provide, that can yield you the earnings that you want. I use lead attorney, for example. He's an attorney, but he figured out the Da Vinci Code in blogging. Or Lovely T, she figured out the Da Vinci Code in blogging. One has longevity, one and creativity, but another one has creativity that is leading to longevity. You just got to find your lane. But bashing people, making up lies against people is not the way to go. You've seen it in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. You see the lies that were told there. You see the lies that were told in Sandy Hook. You see there's been about 4 or 5 defamation cases. Cardi was the first case of the year, but there's been about 4 or 5 cases that have yielded damages. So obviously, that's just not working. And 2 of them involved the internet. So you got to figure out, you got to choose your poison at the end of the day. You got to choose your poison. I think if people look outside the box, I can actually look at a person's business and say to them, I say, well, maybe if you tweak this here and you move this over here and position this here, maybe that will work for you. I mean, it's a trial and error, but you don't have to cheat your way to the top. And that's why I saw I was cheating the way to the top. And it really hurt a lot of people. If you really look at it in its totality, and if you go back, use your mental playbook and take it way back and think about the first video to the second video to the second. I know people want to be a part of the cool crowd. Well, she got 1 million followers, but really? It's crazy, Nene, it is in, something, I'm old school. Old school, grew up in the South Bronx. The things that make people laugh now would have gotten people killed back then. Just listen to what I'm saying. The things that people are doing now on the internet would have gotten people killed back then. Yeah, a lot of you wouldn't understand that because you didn't grow up in the era I grew up in. But if anyone is near my age, y'all can attest to that. The things that people do on the internet now could have got people killed back then. And it's unfortunate that people haven't grasped that. Just look, let me give you another example. Look at this thing going on with this YouTuber Charleston White and Tip. The stuff that this guy's saying about Tip and his family and everything, it's reckless. And he's doing it, in my opinion, for clout. He says he's a comedian in one breath, but you're doing things to trigger this man who has a child that you're basically cyberbullying. Because it's not him to chastise someone else's kid. It's Tip to chastise his kid. So it's bigger than you think. It's funny, it's entertaining, but it also get people killed. It also gets people killed. Then people setting up these GoFundMe accounts because they're, someone said something with their mouth, their ass couldn't cash, and now people are feeling sorry. But at the end of the day, a lot of stuff is avoidable. If you really think about it, a lot of this stuff is avoidable. You stay over there on your side of the street, I stay over here on my side of the street. What I eat don't make you shit. What you eat don't make me shit. At the end of the day, respect people's privacy and leave people alone. That's it. I know a lot of you don't get it. I know it's entertaining. But you know what? I bet you many of you haven't visited a morgue. Many of you haven't walked through a morgue or walked through a hood where it was plagued with violence. You're in a safe zone by your keyboard. But a lot of you would not be able to walk a lot of these streets. And I could tell you, the blogger lady was not out and about in Atlanta, in the hot spots, in the cool spots. She wasn't. But it's she ran a business, but the business was toxic, and it really pissed a lot of people off. And it is what it is. Well, Blue, I'm sure you do. Right, absolutely. But guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. That's the breaking news story. For those who have joined in, I will recap. Judge William Ray II has told Tasha K and her attorneys that the $3.8 million bond must be put up. Otherwise, they will move on seizing the assets. The only thing she can do is, the lawyers can do is present a legal argument showing why the $3.8 million should be lessened. But they got to run that money to the court clerk. That the judge ruled in favor of Cardi. It's maybe she can file another motion. No, it's not no more. No, you can file a motion to try to get it reduced. But at this point, they want 3.8 ... They want all the money. And it's just to be held in the court's registry until the conclusion of the appeals that Tasha K and her attorneys filed back in July, I believe, August, July. That's it. I know that. The South Bronx, you wouldn't survive my sister. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Well, it's not just, listen. And someone says she, Toria, and I'm gonna. We know she's not gonna be quiet, but what we can do is just change the channel. That's all. That's all you can do. Change the channel. When I didn't like what I saw on the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix special, I stopped watching it. I didn't want to watch it anymore. Just don't watch it. That's it. Just change the channel. You have the ability and the freedom to watch what you want to watch. And if you're entertained by stuff like that, I mean that's totally on you. But yeah, I get it. It's entertaining. But owing $3.8 million when you didn't have to own it. Just think about this. I was about to leave, but think about this. You set up residence. You set up residence. You amassed a level of wealth, all to be handed over to someone else because of your reckless behavior. I don't know how many people sleep good at night knowing that they have to live their life like that. Deposit a check. Deposit a check. Shout out to Armand Wiggins. Yo, Armand, come on, brother. Give me the permission to do the dance. Armand, I'm waiting. Man. But you know what else is going to happen? Well, people are going to look at how these judgments are being satisfied. And the courts are going to look at it, and they're going to be legislation changed and procedures changed. And, things are going to be changing. I can see it happening. There are too many lawsuits. See, Cardi started the fire. She's inspired others to file lawsuits. It costs a lot of money, but it doesn't cost a lot of money in state court. Spend about $20,000 in state court. But you make sure when you spend the $20,000 in state court, make sure they have enough for you to go after. You wait. You don't go right away. You don't fire the pistol right away. You wait. Let them be reckless. Just sit there and watch them be reckless, and then you go after them. You don't go after them. You don't listen. You don't waste the bullet. I don't mean that literally. You wait for them to be able to, where you can put your hands on their assets. You plan your attack. You don't rush out and jump out the window. You wait. Let them continue to be reckless. Let them do their thing. You give them warnings, but let them do their thing, and then you go for it. You don't rush it. Because eventually, they're going to be easy. Attorneys be like, yeah, oh, no problem, I'll take that. No, $15,000 retainer, no problem. But it's timing. You're going after someone who has no money. It's like, okay, you're wasting money. You wait for the opportunity to seize. You wait. Be patient. And if you don't like what they're saying, you wait. Just change the channel. Eventually, they'll get dealt with. It always happens. I don't get to be my age not being wise about things. I don't rush out there. But you got to have patience. I told Cardi this. You have to have patience. Absolutely. You don't jump out and show all you don't do that. You have patience. Take a deep breath, count to 10, meditate. Plan your steps. Plan your steps. Everything's about timing. You set your pieces on the board. You move the pieces when it's time to move the pieces. But you don't jump out there. Don't push, listen, don't push your piece out there and expose your king. Protect your king at all costs. And your queen. Use your queen as a power piece. You don't believe how many you don't believe how many people I counsel. Cardi has a great team around her. Trust me, I know. I'm just reading a few of the comments. I may highlight one or two. I don't know how many's on the live, but hit the like button, hit the heart. There's a under the video that you're watching. There's a heart button. All together now, hit that heart button under the video. Oh, wait a minute. Now let me say this. As someone who's conducted many interviews, she's a great interviewer. That's a strength. That's a strength. She's a great interviewer. But I get it. You had to figure a way to get out there. But you listen. She asked the right questions. She listened. I'm gonna tell you what the interview that I watched that I really enjoyed. It was her interviewing Kevin Samuels. I watched it from start to finish. It was a great interview. I didn't watch any other interviews, but that was a good interview. So those are the strengths that she has. Now the question is, can she take those strengths and apply it to pay Cardi? I don't know. I don't know. Jonetta said, what does immediately mean? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I'm not saying the judge is the mafia, but if the mafia said we want our money immediately, what do you think they're gonna give you? Like maybe a year, maybe a couple of months, maybe a couple of weeks, or maybe a couple of hours, 48 hours. Not now, right now. Come on, you know what it is. There's nothing stopping Cardi today. This order was signed. Nothing stopping her. She can literally do it today. But the attorney's gonna give her, come on, they're great attorneys. They're gonna give her maybe 24 hours. It's on them. It's on them. I mean, they had to see this coming. You have to see these things coming. This is about planning. So you either move like a bandit or you move like a honest person. You want to move like a bandit and try to hide assets, they bring you to court. They bring you back in, put you under, depose you, bring you in, have a hearing. You ask certain questions. And you tell your story. And then once they confront you with one of your lies, they got you. Marshall, put it in the back for a second. No, no, not a second. Maybe 30 days. Or no. Or until you you can't rely on the oath. I don't know. Listen, guys, let me say this. When people do stuff on the internet, it's what they tell you what they want you to what they want you to think. You'll never know what our real moves are. You'll never know what our real moves are. It's what she wants you to think. You'll never know a person's real moves. Well, I won't say never because there's some silly people on the internet that will telepath their moves. But when you're talking about $3.8 million for $4 million, you're not going to know what people's moves are. They're going to try to send you on a cold path. They're going to send you the opposite direction. They're not going to send you the direction. This is why you have trained professionals that are able to detect the type of person that you're dealing with. I mean, come on. You guys, a lot of you bought into the lies that got her to the point where she's at. So why not continue telling the lies and see what sticks? I call it the spaghetti theory. Keep throwing stuff against the wall and see what sticks. Absolutely. It was avoidable. You guys know it was avoidable. Cardi gave her opportunities. You know it. Don't don't say, oh well, Cardi should have just accepted. No, why should she accept it? Why should she accept it? What incentive did she have to accept it when she attacked her father, attacked her, attacked her husband? What incentive did she have? And I'm gonna tell you, I was in the courtroom. It wasn't going down in that courtroom. It wasn't going down. It wasn't going down in the courtroom. So all that flexing, it wasn't going down in the courtroom. People are different when you're in front of them than when they are on the keyboards. So it wasn't going down in the courtroom. You guys got to stop falling for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe, pump faking. I used to have that move on the court. When I come down the court, I go up and I act like I'm shoot it, pull it back, and they swing for the ball and I pull it up. And I do it quick. I was great pump. I play basketball now. You probably don't think so, but I play. I got videos out there. I can't dunk anymore, but I pump fake the stutter step. You pump fake. I'm from the Bronx. If you're from the Bronx, you better know how to play basketball or baseball because you got Yankee Stadium there and you have all the gyms there. So you better know how to play some sports. Luckily for me, I play more than one sport. But you can't come from the Bronx and don't know how to play sports. Like come on. She will pump fake you to to Africa. I'm going to Florida, passport in her hand. I'm going to Nigeria, passport in her hand. She will pump fake you to death. Come on. You guys stop falling for the okie doke. And she birthed some little minions out there too. But she gonna leave them behind. She might take an assistant with her if she don't fall out with an assistant. I don't know the assistant. I just assume you need someone to help you move things around. I won't say too much. Man, first of all, any smart business person knows that they will have more than one account. Of course, we know you got more than one account. We know that already. Well, I'm saying we like I know anything. I don't know anything. Like I'm talking like I know something. Who am I? I don't know anything. Who am I? I don't know anything. You know, I would assume you have more than one account. But it is what it is. That's the order. Um, Make sure you guys hit the love button. I don't know who else picked the story up, but this is breaking news. Again, shout out to those who've been following the story. I guess I'm done with this until the appeals court come in with their decision. Well, this part, I'm done with the online stuff, but you know, we're just I guess that's all. I can't really say too much, but until the appeals come back, that's what it is. Uh, this I want to. This is a good question. Excuse me. Well, think about this. Think about the drug dealer that, I say drug dealer, and I had friends that went to prison for selling drugs. Um, I think in the moment they don't think about anything. They think about getting that money. That's what they're driven. They're driven on getting the money. Their conscience might say, "Hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this," but they're driven by trying to get the money. The wake up call comes when you get the knock on the door or they're kicking your door in. That's when the wake up call happens. But prior to that, it's business as usual. People are just moving, selling, doing the hand to hand, whatever they're doing to move the drugs. But at the end of the day, they really don't think about that because they see the money coming in. And that kind of, you know, that blurs their reasoning. They don't think about that. They don't think about the long term effect. They just want to get to the top. Whatever. It's like people just, on the internet telling lie. I gotta say whatever I have to say just to get to the top. I need to get there. I need the attention. But they really don't factor in what ultimately can happen when you're caught. People that have been arrested. You know that they were moving out there, shaking and moving, buying the chains and flashy cars, and then when they get the knock from the boys, and then you gotta the 5 or 10 years you invested in selling. Now you gotta do 30 years for doing that. It's not really worth it. I mean, it's not worth it. Well, let's see here. Let's see here. Riri, I hope so. But Riri, let me ask you a question. This is something for you, Riri, because you believe in her. Do you believe she should change her ways, Riri? I'm just asking you an honest question. Do you believe she should change her ways? If you believe she'll bounce out of this, do you believe she'll change her ways? Shekinah Pool, you missed a lot, but you can play do the replay. But that's for Riri's world. I want you to think about that. So how do you feel? And this is, you know what? I'm not ending this live right now because I want to have a healthy conversation. And you made the comment, but I want to ask you a question. How do you feel about her not changing her ways? You say she'll bounce back. Do you accept the behavior, or do you think the behavior could be modified and keep out? Because if you don't change your ways, you get back in the same situation. It's just like the drug dealer who gets released early and goes back out and doing the same thing. It's the same thing. So do you think that the behavior should change in order for the risk factor to change as well? Just asking the question. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. What I'm going to do here, I have 310 people. I might have more there, but I'm going to invite someone into this stream. Let's have a conversation. I was going to leave, but no, I got a little time. Okay. Click on the stream if you want to get in and join the conversation. And Riri, you're invited as well. I'm trying to understand. Riri, click the link, Riri. Come up here and talk to me, Riri. So she says I put the link there. You can click on the link if you want to have a conversation. She has a strong follow who love her content, love it or hate it. They like mess and will continue to watch. What if you were the target of her attack? You were the target. How would you feel then? It's just it's because Cardi's a celebrity. Do you think that she doesn't deserve the respect that the average Joe Q public deserves, or Jane Doe, John Doe deserves? Just asking the question. I just posted a link in the chat if you want to join the conversation. Someone I haven't spoken to, feel free to click the link. It's right there if you want to join the conversation. Don't worry, I'm not going to badger you or Tasha K you or any of that. I just wanted to ask the question. Well, I don't think Alex is going to change. He went out screaming and kicking. He went out screaming and kicking. Well, he didn't stay for the verdict. You know, it's. I know you said you're home working, but you're also working on the company's time. They know you working in the comment section over here because I ain't paying you. Oh man, hold on a second here. Let me get you out of here. Someone said she better make payment. Nah, that payment plan. That's not an option anymore. There's no payment plan option. There's no payment plan option. That's not an option. You put that 3.8 up. It's held in the court registry, and it's paid to Cardi if she prevails in the if she Tasha K loses her appeal. Right now, it just sits there. Allegedly doesn't indemnify you, or when you say allegedly, doesn't clear you from a lawsuit. As we learned, those who followed the trial of Cardi B and Tasha K, that doesn't save you. You have to fact check. You can't say she told me this. You can't repeat a lie by someone else. I mean, that just puts you in harm's way. It's no different than the interview that was done on her platform where the other person said these things and it was a lie. You can't go and promote someone else's lie. Well, she said this to me. So you basically took someone else's lie and said in your platform because you wanted to be cute, or you was trying to draw numbers. Well, no, those things are actionable offenses. The working out is, the working out part is pretty much over. That part is over. Hit the like button, hit the love button, hit the super button, the super chat, hit all that. Just listen. I just broke an exclusive for you guys today, and you guys need to show some love here. Show some love to the hardworking reporter from the Bronx. Well, I'm not in the Bronx right now, but I'm from the Bronx. Let me see. I got to put you guys on mute. Let me see. Let me see something here. I'm back. Well, think about this. The smart move would have been, hey, I'm at almost 800 subscribers. I don't know, what was her numbers when the trial started? Subscribers. She was like at almost a million, like maybe 900,000. That would have been the time I would have agreed to settle. No, I don't know. It should have been a little earlier. Even at 800,000, 700,000. Let me fall back. Let me protect what I have. Let me agree to everything. Let's take the videos down. That would have been a smart strategic move. That would have been the smartest move to make. Fall back, apologize. You didn't have to keep the train, the train going off the track. You could have just stopped. Just stop. She had options. That's all. It's not proving you bad on the internet. It's proving you bad in the courtroom. And she didn't prove she was bad in the courtroom. Shout out to my guy, Choke No Joke. See how Choke was recording me outside the courtroom. Anyway, guys, I'm going to give you 2 minutes more, then I'm going to end the stream. I appreciate you coming in. Make sure you hitting the like, love, super chat, all that. Well, she can keep going. If she can get half her people to give her $5, Cardi's paid. Well, that if she sends the money to Cardi. If you love her that much, help her make the payments. Have the money earmarked to the court registry. Just have the money earmarked to the court registry. So, that's all you got to do. Thank you, V. Thank you. Appreciate you. You like the exclusive breaking news? They think I'll be playing out here. That's all you got to do. Oh, you got listen. Just listen. It's not hard work. Just got to discipline yourself. You're wow. Okay. But what good is buying subscribers if your subscribers is not going to yield you money? I don't know. See, that's the problem. The kids are being taught the shortcut. Hell yeah. She's going to go after her. Why would you want to leave America? Because you owe $4 million. Tasha K young. She can make that money. Tasha K is young. She can make that money in no time. 5 years on the grind, nothing. How long did it take her to build a channel? How long was she on YouTube? I don't know. But if she stays on her grind, that is nothing. She can teach the lesson, but she just can't be running around the street all reckless. She can listen. She can do it one way, or she can do it another. That's on her. But the problem is a lot of y'all been following her, and you think that's like with the young lady said earlier. Oh, we love her content. She'll be all. See, that's his generation. Generation I come from, a lot of that stuff you could get killed for. No, well, if she lies, it's federal. Yeah, you lie about something, yeah, they will put you in jail. Yeah. We're gonna just listen. Cardi should just hire Rotimi and send Rotimi out there to go go make a power move. Right. Velda. It's my money and I want it now. Right. I don't care. It's still mine. People say, well, she got money, she don't need that. Shoot, taxes are high. Inflation's going up. Man, this could have been so avoided. Yes, Rotimi. Yes. He got that African connection too. I said, can she go to jail for not making a mockery, but lying? Like if there may come a time where she has to talk to Judge Ray again. Velda, you know the team knew that already. You know the team knew that. You know, now, Val, you think the team would not be smart enough to know that that was the case? I think they found it so quick. Oh man. I mean, a good team would have had a tail on her from the very beginning. A good team. I'm just saying. All right, guys. I have to go to dinner, and it's getting late. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you like, share. Share meaning push the link. Don't like rip the link. Don't do that. I said, do I want that to? Yeah, if you want to send a donation, yeah, let's talk. You can use the video if you want to share, send a donation. Yeah, then I'll let you use the video. But you hit me up. Don't just go posting. Oh, Velda, what do you think? This is my face emoji. What do you think, Velda? This ain't about Nicki Minaj. At least I don't think so. I don't know. It's not. The case wasn't about Nicki. Wasn't called to trial. This is not. I don't want to mix the two. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really do. Really do. Really do. Really do. And that's the breaking news.